Today's story is Beautiful Queen and Magician. It's a German folk tale. Once upon a time there lived a poor man in a king's kingdom. He had a small mill of his own. Somehow he managed his business by grinding flour. He had one daughter. She was very beautiful. As beautiful as this girl was, she was equally intelligent and clever. She used to help her father in his work. The mill owner got great help from him. He used to sing the praises of his daughter day and night. If anyone met, he could not live without praising his daughter. One day it happened that the miller had to go to the palace for some work. When he was returning from the palace after finishing his work, suddenly the king came out from here. The king knew the miller. He asked him anyway, "Tell me, brother, how are you? How is your work going these days?" The miller stopped respectfully and said, "Government, everything is due to your grace. Somehow we are getting by. Well, I am not worried about anything. My daughter takes care of all the work." The king said, "Well, then it is a matter of great happiness." On this, the miller boasted to the king and said, "Yes, you have never seen such a girl. At least such an intelligent girl will not be found anywhere in this city. She is very smart. He does many kinds of work." The king said, "Okay, what kind of work does he do?" The miller said, "Oh sir, ask what he doesn't know. Now see, this cotton kept in the godowns of your palace, my daughter can cut it into gold if she wants." The king said in surprise, "Well, it is such a thing. Then you do this, just send her to our palace soon. I want to see how she turns cotton into gold." The king was very fond of gold. He was worried day and night about collecting gold. He was very happy that in this way all the cotton will turn into gold. When the king left, the miller realized his mistake. He started regretting that why did I talk in such an exaggerated way in front of the king. But what could have happened now? He could not tell the king that he had lied. He reached home quietly. After going home, he said to his girl, "Daughter, the news of your intelligence and wisdom has reached the king. He wants to meet you. Get ready quickly. You have to go with me to the palace right now." The girl was very happy to hear this. After some time, she got ready to go to the palace. The miller reached the king with his daughter. The king immediately took the girl to the big warehouse where cotton was filled. The king got a spinning wheel for the girl and said, Here is the spinning wheel. Sit here, spin cotton with it and turn it into gold for me. Your father has told me that you can spin cotton into gold. I will come tomorrow morning. I will come and see what work you have done. If you do not make gold, I will cut your neck." Saying this, the king returned back to the palace. Poor girl. He didn't even understand what happened. She had come to the palace very happily with her father. He had thought that the king would praise him and reward him. Here things have gone wrong. He had never even dreamed that cotton could be spun into gold, and now the king had ordered him to do the same. She started crying bitterly and started cursing her fate. Slowly it became evening. The girl kept crying, hiding her face with her hands. The ground became wet with tears. She was crying sitting alone in that big godown. There was no one there to persuade him. Suddenly, after a while, the door of the godown creaked a bit. When the girl raised her head after hearing the sound, she saw that a thin, short and very ugly old man was coming towards her limping. The girl thought that it was an old servant of the king, and seeing her crying, he had come here to console her. The old man came near and said, "Daughter, why are you crying? By crying like this, you will burst your eyes. Tell me, what's the matter? I will help you." The girl said, sobbing, "Baba, what should I tell? My luck has run out. The king has said that I should spin all this cotton and turn it into gold. If I don't finish this work by tomorrow morning, he will get my head cut off. I don't understand how to do this." The old man said smilingly, "So why are you nervous? I said I will help you. Now tell me, what will you give me if I do this work for you?" The girl said, "If you do this work for me, I will give you this gold necklace of mine." The short old man agreed and went near the spinning wheel. He sat down and started spinning cotton. The sound of bhan bhan started coming out and shining gold threads started coming out from his fingers. Within no time there was a pile of gold threads there. Even before morning the old man had spun all the cotton. Then he took his reward and went away silently from there. When morning came, the king reached there. As soon as he set foot in the warehouse, the king's eyes were wide open with surprise. He saw that the girl had spun all the cotton and there were gold threads. There was a pile of cotton. The king could not believe his eyes. When he saw there were indeed gold threads, the king was very happy, but at the same time he got greedy in his mind. He took the girl to another warehouse of cotton, and closing it there, he said, "You sit here. I send very good things for you to eat and drink. I am very happy with your work, but today you will have to spin the cotton of this warehouse. I will come again tomorrow morning and see. If the work is not completed, you will be hanged." Saying this, the king left from there. After the king left, the girl looked outside and saw that there were soldiers guarding her with swords. She couldn't even run away from there. Disappointed, she came inside again and sat down. Meanwhile, the maids brought him many delicious things to eat and placed them in front of him. But the girl did not touch any of those things. She became sad again. While crying, she started thinking, "Oh God, what kind of trouble has befallen me? Who will spin so much cotton, and who will turn it into gold?" She kept thinking like this the whole day and sat sad. In the evening, when she started crying, the door creaked and the same old man stood in front of her, walking with his crooked legs. As soon as she came, she said, Hey, you started crying again. Why are you crying? Tell me, if I do your work, what will you give me today?" Wiping her tears, the girl said, "I will give you this diamond ring of mine." The short old man agreed and sat down and started spinning the charkha very fast. In no time he spun all the cotton and made a pile of gold threads. Even before morning the old man finished his work and took the reward and left from there. The king reached there in the morning. There was no limit to his joy when he saw a pile of gold threads instead of cotton. Now he became even more greedy. He took the girl to an even bigger warehouse and said, "Look, I am very happy with you. But today you will have to spin so much cotton and turn it into gold. If you do this work by tomorrow morning, I will marry you. And I will make you my queen." The girl became sad again when the king left. She was about to start crying when the door creaked again and the short old man stood in front of her, hopping with his clumsy gait. The old man said, "Why are you worried? I will come in the evening and do this work for you, but tell me, what reward will you give me in return for this work today?" Now the girl got into some confusion. He did not understand what to answer. Now he had nothing left to reward. But meanwhile the old man thought of a trick and said, "Come on, it doesn't matter if you don't have anything to give right now. But you have to make a promise. When you become queen and have a child, you will give me your first child as a reward." The girl found this condition a bit strange, but then she thought that there was no other option but to make a promise. She agreed. In the evening, the old man again sat down to spin cotton. Today he was very happy and was spinning the wheel very fast. In a short time he spun all the cotton and made a pile of gold threads. Today the pile was so high that it was touching the ceiling. After finishing the work, the old man said, "Okay, I am leaving now. But remember, don't forget your promise." Saying this he left from there. The king reached there as soon as it was morning. Seeing the pile of gold, his mind started dancing. He complimented the girl and took her to the palace. The very next day the king made the girl his queen with great pomp and show. The miller's daughter now became a queen and started living in the palace with great grandeur. She forgot all her sorrows. Within a few days he did not even remember that he had made any promise to that short old man. Days started passing slowly. After a few days, the queen had a child. Very beautiful little, chubby baby. There was no limit to the happiness of the queen. She used to feed the child throughout the day and put him to sleep by singing lullabies. One day she was sitting comfortably and wondering who else in the world would be as lucky a girl as her. He didn't lack anything. She was the queen of such a big kingdom. He had diamonds, jewels, elephants, horses, servants, everything. She was thinking like this when suddenly the door creaked. And the same short old man stood in front of the queen smiling mischievously. "Why have you come? What do you want?" the queen asked nervously and hugged the child tightly to her chest. The queen was trembling with fear. The old man smiled and said, "I want this child of yours. Quickly hand it over to me. Have you forgotten your promise?" Hearing this, the queen started crying bitterly. Sobbing she said, "Baba, have mercy on me. You have helped me a lot. I will never forget your kindness. This time please forgive me. Don't snatch my child away from me. You can ask whatever you want in return, but leave it with me." Seeing her crying like this, the old man started thinking for a while. Then he said, "Okay, I am giving you 3 days' time. Think about it and tell me what my name is. If you tell me my name correctly, I will forgive you and will not take the child from you." Saying this, the old man left the place as silently as he had come. The queen could not sleep the whole night. She wanted to find a way so that the child could remain with her. That short old man had put a very crooked condition for this. How could the queen tell what his name was? She kept thinking of different names all night. He remembered all the names that he had heard till now. When the old man came in the morning, she started counting the names one by one, but the old man refused every name. He smiled and said, "No, that's not my name." The next day the queen sent several of her servants around the city and asked them to find out all kinds of strange names. The next day when the old man came, the queen started counting his names again. Today he called very sloppy and strange names, like Hunchback, Achkatana, Dedtanga, etc. The queen thought that in this way the old man would get irritated and reveal his real name. But he smiled mischievously and said, No, no, not even one of these is my name. I am going. Tomorrow you must tell me exactly my name, otherwise I will take your child. The queen was not able to understand what to do. She had told him good and bad names from all over the world. What could be the real name of the old man? His mind was not working in this regard. He thought a lot and finally gave up. She decided that now she would hand over her child to the old man as per his promise. There was no other option. She was sitting so sad that suddenly one of her servants came running to her. He also went to find new names for her. He came and said, "Queen, I could not find any name, but I have come to tell you something. I had gone to distant villages in search of new names. While returning, I lost my way in a dense forest near a mountain. Wandering through the forest, I came to such thick bushes that no wild animal could get through. There I saw a strangely short old man dancing on his lame feet. He had made a small hut for himself near a bush. He had made a hut. His stove was burning in front of that hut and there he was dancing. He had carried some freshly baked rotis in a saucer on his head. When he danced, the rotis used to fall down from the saucer. It used to happen, but not even a single roti fell. He was dancing and singing happily. The meaning of his song was, "Today I have cooked a good meal, and I will eat well. Tomorrow I have to go to get the queen's child. I will get the child." Because the queen does not know and will never know that, the name is Rumpelstiltskin. Hearing this, the queen danced with joy. He was now convinced that the old man dancing in the woods was him and that this was his real name. He remembered this name very well by rote 2 or 3 times. And then gave a reward to the servant and sent him away. The second day in the morning that short old man came to his room fluttering in the same way. Today he was very happy. He had also brought a beautiful blanket with him to take the child home. As soon as he entered the room, he spread that small blanket in front of the queen and then said to the queen, "Yes, then tell me, what is my real name? Today is the 3rd day. If you can't tell my name exactly, then quietly put the child on my blanket. I'll take her wrapped in this, so she doesn't get cold." The queen had already come to know his real name, but she started looking at him as if she did not know the name yet. He said, "Your name is William." "No, that's not my name." The old man said with a smile, "Then it will be George." "No, that's not even my name," and he started jumping with joy in the room. The queen then added, "If not George, then there will be John." "No, it's not mine either," the old man said very loudly and then pointing to the blanket said, "Bring it now, don't make useless excuses and make the child lie on the blanket." Now taking the opportunity, the queen said, "Then your name is Rumpelstiltskin." The old man was shocked on hearing this. He didn't even expect that the queen would ever know his real name. He felt very bad, but what could he do now? He began to stomp his feet on the ground in a fit of rage and said, "You have done magic. You have been told my name by some ghost or magician. I will cure those people." The old man was screaming very loudly and was stomping his feet on the ground. Meanwhile, he once stomped his foot so hard that his foot sank into the ground. With great difficulty, the old man pulled his leg out of the ground. He was hurt a lot. He grumbled loudly and ran out of the room limping on one leg. While leaving, he also took away his blanket. After that, the old man never came again and the queen lived comfortably. Friends, how did you like this story? Tell in the comments. If you like the story, like and share the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe and press the bell icon. See you soon in the next video. Bye bye.